Hello friends, my name's Aaron Ciotti, everybody calls me Ciotti, and it's my birthday! I'm 42.0 years old today. The weed number! Whatever. We're gonna be testing some 603 Tiny Whoop motors today. Jesse Perkins was cool enough to send me some prototype motors for us to test, and on, what's today? Monday? Yesterday's stream. We tested out the 702s that I'm not allowed to tell you what the KV is. We're going to put those up in the air real quick here at the beginning, but the majority of our testing tonight is going to be on the 603 30,000 KV motors. I'm going to compare them quickly to the 702 32,000s, and then the real comparison is going to be to the EX802 30,000 kV motors. Yeah, 603 is a stator size that is a little bit smaller than 802, a little bit bigger than 603. I'm sorry, than 702 rather. So it's kind of right there in the middle. Yeah, I love the fact that it's a 3mm tall stator rather than all of these other 2mm tall stators. The height of the stator does more work than the width of the stator. So in theory, these 603 30,000s should make sort of like more power than what their weight would normally provide. So yeah, I'm excited to see how they are. In the chat, Mr. Huggy was first. Hold on. Damn, you guys are lighting the world on fire already. Mr. Huggy was first, Nani FPV was next, Frank Nicholas, Noisy Miner, Way Chucky, FPV, Mick Mucus, Gusto, Bobby Bags, Bob Bruce, Juicy FPV, Big Friend, Left Step, Ed K, Eric Mo, Scoodle, Ethan W, Bloated Goat. That's a very specific pilot name. Gen X, Big Fran, Kayvon Keebs, Bitterroot, Borked, Samuel Fong, Morton Upshot, Brandon's Baked Beans, Marcel Alfaxis FPV, Slickback, Nemesis FPV, Joey Whitaker, Justin the Guy, B-Man, Denzel the Terrible, Eric, Iric, Repboy, Tough, Kestrel FPV, Chris Mel, Mavhu FPV. I'm going to leave it there. If you want the gangliest of ganglies to read your name, your name in the chat, you got to get in here early and say hello. I'm stopping at like 10:01. You got to come in literally early. You do whatever you want. This is my full-time job. Thanks to the support of beautiful people like you, I've been able to do this full-time for a little over 2 years now. I would love to keep going, but much like PBS, I rely on support from viewers like you. You can do anything, though. You can do free things like use my affiliate links or click the thumbs up button or leave a comment or subscribe, click the bell, all that fun shit. But if you have a couple extra dollars a month, and if you're into FPV, I know you got an extra 10 cents a day laying around because it's not an expensive hobby, but it's also not a free hobby. You can join my Patreon, and it helps me out the absolute most, and you get a ton of benefits from it too. Patreon is really the way that you can get the most out of me for the least amount of money. General admission tier is $3 a month. That's only 10 cents a day. But if you have a couple extra dollars, you can join our giveaway tiers, 5, 10, 20, and up per month, and you'll be entered to win giveaways that we do each and every month. There's plenty of giveaway streams if you want a better idea of what's going on with that. But yeah, it's the first Monday of every month that we're doing giveaways, and yeah, it's super fun. Etsy has a whole bunch of stickers and hardware. Treat yourself. Fiverr, you can work directly with me one-on-one. I'd love to help you fly better, tune better, build better. Stop spending money on ESCs that catch on fire. I've done that for you over the last 6+ years. Let me help you out, and you'll save money and time, and then I'll take a small portion of that money and use it to do it with more people. Over on Teespring, I got some fun shirts and other random apparel that you might dig. If you want to send me money directly, but you don't want to do a super chat because YouTube and or Google will take 30-ish%, you can use this PayPal button. If you use the PayPal button, though, do me a favor. In the chat, type CiottiFPV, check your check your PP. That's fun. Yeah, because I want to give you a shout out because I appreciate the support very, very, very much. And then look at all these affiliate links, yo. I've got affiliate links to all these stores. What a lot of really brilliant people have done is replace their bookmarks with these affiliate links so that they don't have to remember to hit the affiliate link, because it does, when you check out, when you clear out your cart, the affiliate link goes away. So yeah, replace your bookmarks with somebody's affiliate links. If it's not mine, somebody else's, because it's free money, and it just helps us create content that you can watch for free on YouTube. The other thing, if you don't use, if you're like me and you don't use bookmarks, right? Like if I want to go to Amazon, I just type AMA here and it makes an auto suggestion. If the auto suggestion is just like regular old Amazon.com, off here on the right, you can remove that auto suggestion. And then if you click the affiliate link for Amazon a couple of times, it'll think that when you type AMA, you want to go to that affiliate link. So that's kind of the other way to use someone's affiliate links without thinking about it. So yeah, there you go. Use someone's affiliate links because, yeah, like I said, it's free money. I have them for We Bleed FPV, Newbie Drone, FPV Cycle, Amazon, Get FPV, Oh My God's website, HD Zero, Flywoo, Emacs, Banggood, Camera Butter, and AliExpress. So there you go. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff here down the bottom of CiottiFPV.com that might make you laugh. BattleBots info, you'll get a kick out of that. Some cool stuff on Thingiverse. FPV Therapy is a Facebook group for those of us that deal with mental illness every single day of our goddamn lives. And yeah, it's not a spot to put flight edits up. I will delete those pretty much right away. It's a spot to hang out with other people that are kind of in it, man, and going through it and have, hopefully found some ways to help. And then you can learn a little bit. Even if you don't have mental illness stuff, there's about 1 in 5 people that do. So if you know more than 5 people, you know somebody that does. Come on over and learn a little something about it, and then you'll be a way better friend to that person. And you'll be able to understand what they're going through a little bit better. So like if they cancel on you for the 4th time, you won't be like, is it my breath? You'll just know that they're in it, and it's not you. And then you can maybe drop them a message and say, yo, it's cool that you canceled on me. If you ever want to talk, I'm here. Regardless of what it's about. And I cannot even tell you what that will mean to someone. We don't really talk about it all that much. There's a terrible stigma around mental health, especially with men. So yeah, we tend to not talk about it. So it's usually a surprise when you find out that someone has soul-crushing depression or anxiety. So yeah, it's kind of on you to figure that out. Wish it weren't like that, but hey, we're all working on it. We're all trying to be better about it, and I try to talk about it as much as I can. It's hard to talk about, but the only way to the only way for us to have it be out in the open more is to use our words. So yeah, come on over. FPV Therapy on Facebook. I also have a Discord channel with an FPV Therapy group in it that's open to everyone. Is it? No, it's not. Well, it is. It is an open text channel. I go back and forth putting that text channel behind the paywall so that it's a little bit more private versus leaving it open for everyone. At the moment, it's open for everyone. I don't know if that's the right choice, but current thinking is that I would rather have more people that give more people access to it so they can, if they really need a hand, there's some folks in there that can help them out. So do it, yo. There's more to life than FPV, unfortunately. Nah, not unfortunately. That's not fair. If you want to talk to me in the chat, all you got to do is type CiottiFPV. I read every single comment where you do tag me. You can do that to each other. If you type somebody's name, you don't have to put the @ symbol even, but you can. If you type someone's name into the chat and you spell it correctly, when that person looks at their chat, it'll be lit up in orange, just like what you saw there. So yeah, if you want to get somebody's attention, just spell their name correctly and they'll see your comment and away you'll go. Mr. Huggy says, happy birthday, CiottiFPV. Thank you, dude. Noisy Miner says, happy gangly birthday. Whoop, whoop. Thank you, dude. Bob Bruce says, happy birthday. I just turned 42 on the 4th. And how's the gangly gang doing? Ed K says, happy birthday. Eric Mo says, happy birthday. Is that thumbnail you without the makeup? Does anybody remember when this was like early days of deep fakes? It was one of these really early like AI things where you could dump your picture into it and it would make you look really old. I don't think it was actually AI based. I think it was an Instagram filter or something, but it was like one of the first deep fake-ish things that was really good. That's what that image is from. That was from 3 years ago, I think. And I've just hung on to it because it's just absolutely hysterical. Morton Upshot says, happy birthday, young pup. Thank you, dude. Justin the Guy says, hello, CiottiFPV and gang. I love telling dad jokes, but I realized that I'm not even a real dad. I'm just a faux PA. Faux PA. I'm just a faux pas. Fupa? Faux pas. Papa? Faux pas? It's okay. The best jokes are always the ones that need to be explained. Free Lojo with a $4.20 super chat. He says, happy 42.0. Thank you, brother. Double A says, happy birthday, Aaron. Thank you, dude. Chris Mel says, happy birthday. Thank you. CMYK says, HBD, you gangly guy. Thank you, man. Brandon Woodford says, happy birthday. Oh, and Brandon's Baked Beans, too. Yeah, Brandon's Baked Beans. And Brian from Brain 3D's birthday is tomorrow. So buy something from Brain 3D and leave a note that says, Ciotti said it's your birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday. Because Brain 3D makes some of the best, arguably the best 3D printed stuff in the world. That's not loud enough. Fuck! I'll get there. I'll get it better next time. Ken Hill says happy birthday. Thank you, dude. Scott says happy day of your birth. Thank you, dude. Brandon Woodford says happy birthday. David Smith says happy birthday. Thank you, dude. Danzel the Terrible says, did you get to go to Chuck E. Cheese's for your birthday? I did not. Justin the Guy says, oh yeah, happy... Taking a shot for it. Thank you, Justin. Oh my God, Iric Grepboy Toft with $150 super chat. Dude, thank you so much. He says, happy birthday, brother. Holy hell, thank you so much, Iric. That's super, super, super kind. Iric is one of the 4 of us that are on a call every single Wednesday with Joshua to work on the Ultimate Shopping List. And yeah, it's been great to get to know him in those calls and crack jokes and yeah, hang out for an hour every Wednesday with an awesome group of dudes. Thank you so much, Iric. Jesus. Very, very cool. 661 says HBD, CiottiFPV and Beans. Rumi Tim says, hit up CiottiFPV on his PayPal accessible Linktree, YouTube, not take a bunch of money for your gift. Thank you, Rumi Tim. Joe G with a $5 super chat. He said, happy birthday. Thank you, dude. Oh, YouTube just did the thing. Hold on. Scrolling back up. Trying to find my place. I should have my email open. I do have my email open. All right, cool. Where was I? Here we go. Dax Neal with a $19.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Dax. He says happy birthday. Joshua Bardwell with a $50 super chat. He says happy birthday. Thank you, Joshua. Hopefully you're still around. Wait. Joshua, are you still here? Joshua, are you still here? Joshua, are you still here? Hey, Joshua, are you still here? Oh, fuck, I forgot that it deletes the messages. Joshua put me in timeout the other day, so I needed to get revenge. And I'll bet you that Joshua has never been put in timeout, so he doesn't know what it looks like. And I remember the first time he put me in timeout like a year ago or so, and I was like, "Oh, cool! That's what it looks like when you get put in timeout." Because yeah. Ruby Tim with a $4.99 super chat. He says the rest is on PayPal. Thank you, dude. What is? There we go. CMYK with a $42 PayPal. Thank you, dude. He says, happy birthday, you old fucker. Thank you, CMYK. Very cool of you. Jesus, Daniel Maurer with a $100 PayPal. He says, happy birthday, brother. Daniel, thank you so much. So CMYK FPV, if he's a wonderful graphic designer. Most of my graphics have been done by him. If you get graphic design done by anyone but CMYK, I'll kill you. Daniel Maurer, Remy Tim, he is FPV mentor. If you've got somebody new in the hobby, or if you yourself are new in the hobby, Daniel's about as good as it gets. He's going to be able to get you from 0 to up in the air confidently. FPVmentor.com. Look him up. He's doing God's work over there. Thank both of you guys so much. Very, very cool of you. This Linktree, come on. Alexander Cabral with, where is it? With a $10 super chat, thank you so much, homie. Linktree splits it up into two different things. He says, for the Walksnail and happy birthday. Thank you, dude. Very, very cool of you. Alex is who is getting me set up with Walksnail, which is very, very cool, and I'm excited about. And then Wesley, I'm not going to ruin your last name. Wesley M is a new patron, and he's getting into some giveaways. Thank you, Wesley. Welcome to the Gangly Gang, my friend. So we did it. Another stream where we got at least one new patron. Thank you, all of you that have joined Patreon recently. Let's just keep it going, damn it. Wednesday. If you're thinking about joining Patreon, either do it tonight or do it Wednesday, so that I can give you a shout out. Brandon McBean says, birthday donations come rolling in, indeed. Denzel the Terrible with a $20 super chat. He says, get yourself something frilly or add to the Walksnail fund. Happy birthday, you beautiful bastard. Thanks for all you do. Much love. Thank you, dude. And I will put it on the Walksnail fund. Here. And 50 goes to 70. There we go. Love it. For those that are new here, I am trying to figure... So I've put a bunch of... Every Thursday night, I've been going to chase these little RC drift cars around with tiny whoops and whatnot, and I'm trying to figure out what the best platform is to do that. I've put a bunch of content up on my Instagram with a mix of... No, I think it's all been footage from the tiny lifters with the Insta360 Go 2. That is almost certainly how I'm going to get the best quality footage, but the problem is those rigs are fat bastards, and it is really hard to fly those around these little RC drift cars. Flying these little tiny, really lightweight analog rigs, I can get like on top of them as if I'm chasing actual drift cars with a 5-inch rig. But yeah, the footage from the analog rigs doesn't look great. I have a full edit actually done just sitting on the laptop with analog footage from them. I gotta just make a thumbnail and throw it up. So yeah, I was gonna do an HD0 build, but the HD0 image quality is just not quite good enough. Like it's just not that much better than analog, and you know, it's an extra 4 grams, and you've got two 25 by 25 boards. Like, it's a whole big thing. So, I've decided on Walksnail for it. It's an 8-gram weight penalty. So I am gonna put it on a 75mm rig. When I was gonna do HD0, I was gonna keep it on a 65mm rig to keep the weight down. But yeah, with Walksnail being 8 extra grams, if I put that onto a 65mm motor-to-motor rig, the battery life is just going to be useless. Like, it's probably going to be 1 minute of battery life, and that's, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's just kind of annoying. So I'm gonna put it on a 75 mil rig so that I can run the bigger batteries, and yeah, we'll see. It'll almost certainly be a better setup than the tiny lifters when it comes to like accuracy and like really getting in there and being able to kind of like fly freestyle while chasing. You know, like the tiny lifter, what a tiny lifter is, it's over there on the shelf, but it's a 75 millimeter 2S build. It's basically a newbie drone Acro Bee in the Cockroach 75 frame with double 300 mAh BT 2.0 batteries on the bottom with a little double connector. And then on the top of the newbie drone Goober canopy, there's a TPU loop that the Insta360 Go 2 sits in. So you've got this 26 gram camera that's sitting up really high, which makes it fly kind of weird. And then it's 2S, so you've got twice as much battery as you really need, but it kind of needs that 2S power to pick up that heavy of a camera. And yeah, the whole rig ends up being like almost 80 grams, and that's a lot. I mean, it flies great, and it's shocking how good it is, but for this specific job that I'm trying to do, bringing the weight down as low as possible is going to be everything to try to get some really, really gnarly kind of Gavver-inspired shots. So yeah, Walksnail is going to be Walksnail is the way, I think. And I just got to I just need to pick up a set of the goggles, and then I have a couple of the VTXs coming from Alex, which is super awesome. So yeah, that's what the Walksnail conversation is. Thanks again, Danzilla. Juicy FPV with a 1999 super chat. He says happy birthday. Thank you, brother. CMYK FPV says PayPal. I got it. Thank you, dude. B-Man with a 1999 super chat. He says happy birthday. We're going streaking through the quad. We're going streaking through the quad. That is, oh god damn you. That is from, no, not Role Models. They start the fraternity to stay in the college. Oh my god, I can't remember. It's one of my favorites. That is one of my favorites. Someone has already typed the name of the movie in chat. Gamma Gonad with a 999 super chat. He says diaper money. Indeed. Thank you, brother. Go-Kart Mozart says, what's up? Happy birthday. Thank you, dude. Nani says, check your PayPal for me. Happiest of birthdays, my gangly friend. Thank you so much, Nani. Nani is Alex. Little bit, come on. There it is. Brandon with a 2222 PayPal. Thank you so much, Brandon. He says, happy Bornth-day, man. It's been a blast every single stream. I make it too. I appreciate all the hard work, your hard L's and folks, and your hardline support for all the right things. Thank you, dude. Very cool of you. Very, very cool of you to say that. And much appreciated on the support, man. It goes a long way. You know, you guys have done this. Like, I'm the one that got duped into pointing the camera at him. But, you know, this is like absolutely 100% all of us doing this together. You know, you're lucky enough to be able to just chill in your underwear and just relax. But, you know, you guys support me, and that's what you get. for being able to relax, you got to shell over some dollars. That's kind of how it works. But yeah, man, this is a big old group effort, and it's been a hell of a ride. And you know, as long as the Patreon stays where it's at, I'll keep doing this kind of forever. So yeah, tell your friends to hop on the Patreon. There's a lot of benefits, and let's ride this son of a bitch into the sunset until FAA shuts us down, I guess. Hopefully that'll never happen though. Almac says happy birthday. Hope all is well. It is indeed, my friend. YouTube just did the thing again, scrolling back up. David Smith says, you're an amazing and unselfish person. I love what you are about. Thank you, dude. I try really hard. It's, actually, I mean, I don't have to try hard. It's just sort of who I am. I have my parents to thank, and to be honest, mental health to thank. Like, when you're dealing with mental health shit, like, you gotta kind of suck it up, and it forces you to kind of see how bad things can get sometimes. So it makes you kind of appreciate how good shit gets. And then it makes you appreciate the fact that, like, other people might be going through it. So, you know, you got to be, like, super nice to everybody all day, and I know it's exhausting, but like, as soon as you're an asshole to someone that's having a really hard time, like, that could be really bad for them. So you just gotta, like, suck it up and be cool to everyone. And, because, yeah, like I said, you don't know, you just don't know. You don't know what somebody's going through, and you don't want to be the reason that somebody goes over the edge and loses it. Believe me. Todd Burke with a $5 super chat. He says, happy birthday, you are 702-27,000. Thank you, dude. Ethan W says, what is your analog goggle antenna setup? It is not really ever changing, but this True RC 90-degree singularity is always on here. This is, in my opinion, the best that you can get in terms of your top SMA port on your goggle module. Your bottom SMA port is going to be like kind of specific to what you're doing. This is my setup for here in the house, where I'm flying around this room and then upstairs, so the RF is just bouncing all over the damn place and it's coming in from all wacky angles. If I'm flying outside, I'll typically put a patch antenna down here. And then so the patch antenna is going to give me a cone in front of me that gets really good reception. And then so if I fly off to the side, I'm covered by this antenna, but then if I'm flying in front of myself, and the patch antenna is pointed at it, I'll get really good reception. The other thing that's cool about that is if I go really far off to the side, I can just turn my head and point the patch at the quad. It's pretty natural to do that because, like, if your reception gets bad, you can, for the most part, just start rotating your head a little bit. And, like, as you rotate your head, at some point the reception will get better, and then just freeze and leave your head there and keep flying, keep flying, keep flying. And then if it gets fuzzy again, just kind of rotate your head. Eventually, you'll get used to, like, listening for where your quad is, and then that's where you'll point your head. Ideally, what you want to try to do is always hear your quad in both ears, so that when you fly off to the right, you turn your head to the right and you can hear it in both ears. Well, if all of a sudden I can only hear it in my left ear, that's my sign to turn my head. So if you give enough thought to it and with enough practice, you'll get to that point. But initially with a patch antenna, just if your reception gets fuzzy, just turn your head and stop turning your head when it gets less fuzzy. That's one of the easiest ways to use a patch antenna really, really well. This is also a good antenna setup if you're flying in like really close proximity to yourself. Like if you're in a bando or something like that with a lot of reflections and you're just not going to punch, more than like a quarter of a mile away. This is going to be a really good setup. This is basically getting you a good amount of separation between the antennas, so that if a weird bounce comes in and catches this antenna, but then another one catches this antenna, the rapid fire module is going to blend those together and give you a really nice view. So yeah, but this True RC 90-degree long singularity, in my opinion, this is as good as it gets. The reason that you want a long antenna up here is to get it up above your head. Your head is filled with like liquid and shit, and liquid does a great job blocking RF. So having this guy above the top of your head, when you fly behind yourself, this is still going to have perfect line of sight between the head of the antenna and your quad, and that's what you want. You always want there to just be air between this and your and whatever you're flying. So yeah, man, that's how you do it. Good question, Ethan. Bob Bruce says, I have a 75mm Avatar and now also have a fractal frame and have been messing around with it. Great picture though. Very cool. I'm probably going, my Walksnail build is probably going to end up in a fractal frame specifically to get the ducts out of view. I'm not going to build it in one of those frames initially. I'm going to put it into a Mobula 7 V4 frame because I prefer this frame. But what I can almost guarantee you is that when I go low camera angle, because that's what you want to chase drift cars, the ducts are going to be in view, and I don't like the way that looks, so I'll probably end up putting it in a fractal frame, much like I did with the 65mm analog build that I've been getting all down and dirty, chasing these little RC drift cars with. That's the rig that this edit that I just finished up a few days ago was filmed on, and it's nuts, man. Like I'm just all over these little drift cars, just like really, really, really tight proximity. It's pretty slick. But it looks like it was filmed on a potato because it was filmed on a potato. Wes Magar says Mobula 7 HD that records to an SD. Yeah, it's so I refer to those as split cameras. You lose a lot of field of view with those, and the latency tends to be pretty bad. So I kind of stay away from them. The Walksnail is a ton more money, but with the onboard DVR, you're going to get 1080p, and it's going to look almost as good as those, if not as good as those split cameras, and you're going to be able to see where you're going in the goggles. Like, that was I tried all of the split cams back in the day, and the hardest thing was the lack of field of view. And it was just like muddy, and it was just hard to fly through. Like, analog already looks like hell, and then you have like something that looks even worse, and yeah, it was just really, really difficult to fly through. So now in the days of digital, we've got some really, really nice setups that'll give us 720 or even 1080 in the goggles and record that, and that's yeah, I can't wait to check that out. Kevin James with a $20 super chat. He says, happy birthday. Thank you, brother. C. Bagsy says, happy birthday. Thank you, dude. Frank Nicholas says, Animal House? No, not Animal House. Old school. Old school. Thank you. A bunch of you guys got it. Yeah, old school. That's it. Left Step says, I've augmented your PP. Gross. Eric Moe with a $50 PayPal. Thank you, dude. Holy cow. Let's check for that. There it is. Happy birthday from Eric Moe. Thank you, dude, so much. Holy Christ. This is the past couple of years, this has been nice having my birthday right before I do my taxes because you guys are super generous. And then tomorrow I'll be doing my taxes and I'll get probably lit up like a Christmas tree. But yeah, this works kind of well. So thank you guys very much. Very cool. I hate that, like, you know, I wish I could spend the money that you guys send me on, like, fun stuff, but, you know, this is, doing my taxes is plenty fun, so that the government doesn't come and destroy my face, so it's not as fun as the PS5 that my dad got me, but very, very necessary, so thank you guys, of course. Michael Blade says, happy birthday to you. Thank you, dude. Metal Nerdskin with a $50 super chat. Thank you, brother. He says, happy birthday from one gangly old creep to another. Who says I'm a creep? Am I a creep? I'm a creep. That's okay. I'm fine with being a creep. Matthew Vega with a $50 PayPal. He says, happy birthday. Thank you so much, Matthew. God damn, you guys are the effing best. Jesus, thank you guys so much. Nani FPV says, getting really close to Walksnail with just the first 20 minutes here. Yeah, for sure. For sure. As soon as my taxes are done, I'm gonna hopefully, if I have a good chunk of money left over, I'm going on the Walksnail train. So we'll get that built sooner than later. Wooden Props with a 1999 super chat. He says, happy birthday, sir. Thank you, dude. H Prompt says, happy birthday. Thank you. Matthew Vega says, happy birthday. Check your PayPal. Thank you, Matthew Vega. Oh my God, we're caught up. Amazing. Thank you guys so much. Holy cow. Let's do some things of value other than just reading happy birthday over and over again. Let's start testing some stuff, yo. First up, we are going to take a look at 702. Well, hold on. Let me do this real quick. Let me weigh this rig because one of these has a singularity antenna and the other one has a whip antenna. But I did it like this because for some reason this rig tends to be a little bit lighter than this one. I don't know if it's the dye, the black dye in the plastic or something, because they're identical, but yeah, this has the slightly lighter antenna, but for some reason this rig is always heavier. So I think the weight is identical on these two, but let's just take a look. 19.5 grams for the ghostly rig, and 18.6. Jesus. What? 19.5. That antenna is not that much heavier. All right, well, do I have a slightly heavier antenna? is a question. I want these things to be as evenly matched as possible for this testing. 1 gram does not sound like a lot until you do the math and realize that that's like a 5% difference. Thank you, Kevin Sumner, for the birthday wishes. This little antenna here is... This little whip antenna is 0.5 of a gram. Do I have another whip antenna in here? Where are the whip antennas at? What else can I do to make this thing about a gram heavier? Well, I do have another singularity antenna, but I think it's going to be too heavy. I think this antenna is going to be too heavy for this rig. Let's see. Oh no, it's perfect. It's exactly 1 gram. All right, beautiful. So I'm going to put this on this black rig, and that will bring the weight pretty much in line. The first test that we're going to do, thank you, Beery. Beery says happy birthday, too. The first test that we're going to do is of 702 32,000 kV motors versus 702 mystery kV motors. They are more than 32,000 kV. Jesse asked me not to dive into details about the exact kV, but Jesse and I have been kind of kicking ideas back and forth and essentially trying to figure out what is the maximum kV before it doesn't make any sense to go any higher. And from the couple of batteries that I flew yesterday, it seems like we still haven't found that. But I do want to put a bunch more batteries through to make sure, to make absolutely sure, because good Lord, is the placebo strong with FPV stuff and trying to tell the differences between stuff and testing. If you've ever got like 2 identical setups and you're looking to do some testing, do it blind. Have a friend come over and do actual blind testing, and you will probably find that about 50% of the time you're wrong. And if you're wrong 50% of the time, what that means is you can't tell. Like, even though you're right 50% of the time, that doesn't really matter because you're wrong 50% of the time. So it's a complete toss-up. At that point, each test, you can just flip a coin, and whatever the coin says, there's your 50-50. You've got to be right like 80 or 90% of the time in order for your testing of 2 products to hold any weight whatsoever. So yeah, keep that in mind and do some blind testing. It's incredibly difficult to tell the difference between things. All right, so these things are now pretty much identical in weight. We're gonna go 702 32,000 kV first, and then we're gonna jump to the mystery prototype kV motors. And yeah, we'll take a look and see. I am currently under the thinking that I can tell the difference between these two. I'm not doing a blind test because I don't have anybody here to do it, but when it comes to motor testing, it's a little bit easier because you can hear the difference. You can hear if a motor is making more power and or it's a higher kV and it's able to turn the prop to that higher kV, you will literally hear a difference. You will hear it spin up higher. Instead of going, it'll go, right? And there it is. Like, we're not trying to test at this point whether or not, like, which motor is better per se. We're trying to find what's the upper limit. So that makes the testing kind of easy. Although, at the same time, like, as I'm flying around here, if one of them is better than another, we're going to talk about it, and I'm going to, like, you know, vocalize that to you. So, yeah, we're going to fly fresh batteries first here. 32,000 kV 702s right now. And then we're going to move over to the mystery prototype motor. So, one of the things that I like to kind of pay attention to is how often I crash on the more common tricks that I do, the Matty flips, the power loops. if but that more goes towards figuring out like which is better. If the more power, if I'm hitting these moves more often with the higher power motor, then that means the extra power is a good thing. Oh boy. So these 32,000 kV 702s I am very used to. Oh god. I don't know what I was thinking there. Oh shitters. Alright, here we go. Hopefully nothing broke on the bar cart just now. Stop that! Just getting warmed up here. Just getting warmed up, that's all. Stop it, stop it. Leave me alone, leave me alone. There we go. Oh, rejected. Just a straight up rejection in the face. Oh god. These high KV 702s, when you blip the throttle just right and they stop like that, that is just like the most satisfying thing ever to me. Oh god, and it looks really cool line of sight too. So as you can see, I'm like pretty dialed in on these 702 32,000s. These are like the most flown motor in this place. Oh boy, that was ugly, but turned out okay. Alright, so we're in it. I'm not flying like a complete buffoon tonight. That's nice, as I slam into the ceiling and crash. Great. Oh god, where'd that chair come from? Who put that here? Let's do some proximity stuff real quick. There's just like, there's a bunch of stuff that I try to do to test, like, to test the throttle resolution and the horsepower and, like, stuff like that between these motors, just so that, you know, it's not just how do they do when you blast the throttle and try to fling yourself up over the ceiling, up to the ceiling and over the couch. Do some like low elevation. Oh boy, cut that corner a little too tight. Do some low elevation stuff here. Admittedly, the low elevation stuff is more about how proper you have your. Oh yeah, how proper you have your throttle expo kind of dialed in. Oh, that's a new one. Hold on. That's that I kind of like that one. Let's try it again. Oh god! So the difficulty in doing that is that my studio lights are here. So I have to do that power loop and shoot this little gap here, which is a little difficult. This battery's at 3.5. Let's bring it on in. All right, so now we're gonna move directly over to the prototype motors, and you guys tell me, does it look like they make more power? Hopefully we'll be able to hear it, but maybe not. Let's get into it. So these are still 702s, but they are higher than 32,000 kV. Here we go. Wooden Props, the 1999 Super Chat. He says, happy birthday, sir. Thank you so much, Wooden Chops. Metal Nerdskin with a $50 Super Chat. Oh, we got that. Hold on. Okay. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. I thought that the chat scrolled up on me. Ready? So. If they are making more. Oh! What? Oh my god, dude, I just backed it. I just backed it in. It wasn't above the PS5. It must have been above the receiver. Yo, that was ridiculous. Yeah, I will say that it's not night and day. I do think that they make more power, though. It's just kind of, like, snappier. Uh-oh. No, no, no. Easy. I can't say that I can hear it so much as I can kind of feel it. But here's the thing. I just did, like, 3 of those power loops in a row. And like I'm pretty accurate with the 32,000s, but I feel like I'm more accurate with these motors, and that's kind of all that matters. Is like, you know, you finding the gear that's gonna connect with your brain the best. And yeah, I'm really yesterday and today I'm really feeling like these higher than 32,000 kV 702s. Oh, that was just me flying like a baboon. Yeah, I seriously feel like these are... See, it's just... I just hit stuff more frequently with these motors. It's like... I don't know, you guys have watched me fly a lot. Like, you know that the crashing thing is just absolutely constant. Oh, boy, speak of the devil. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go retrieve that. But yeah, man, these are great. I like these a lot. I like these motors a lot. Are they making more power? I'm not sure. At one of these nights, I'm just gonna put like 20 batteries in a row through these in the 32,000s, and after doing that, I'll be able to figure it out. Last night I flew 3 or 4. Like, look at that. That, you know what it is too? There's an extra bit of float from these motors that I don't, and that's, you know, that's power. Like, getting that extra float and that extra hang time, that's coming from power. These two rigs weigh exactly the same. So yeah, that's pretty telling. I absolutely love that that this is not too much power, because the Tiny Whoop flight style that I'm most interested in is like flying a freestyle rig outside, where you can do now we're playing drums, where you can do like off throttle stuff, you know, throw momentum moves, big stalls, big inverted stuff. And in order to do that stuff, power is sort of the thing that we need. So yeah, I am a junkie when it comes to power with these Tiny Whoops, because I'm trying to do, you know, like, those moves are the fun moves for me. I'm not a Tiny Whoop racer. Like, I don't want to just fly around sort of two-dimensionally, forward, backward, left, and right. I want to be able to hammer the throttle and just jump off of it and let it sail across the goddamn room. Like, that's what's fun for me. And in order to do that, power is the thing that helps the most. So I still think that these prototype motors do make more power. It is subtle, and I have a funny feeling that this might be the highest KV that we need to go. I have a feeling that if we go even higher than this KV, that we will not, it will not make any more power. You guys could just see with the runtime, this still gets great runtime, even with the mega KV. So yeah, that's like, why not? I'm now going to take these off and put 603 30,000 kV motors on, and we will see what that's like. Those, I'm going to put them on bi-blades first, but then almost certainly those motors are going to be a better fit for tri-blades, the new Gemfan 1208 tri-blades. Mainly because, like, so 702s, the 702 stator volume, really, like, you can run it on tri-blades, you can run it on the low-pitch tri-blades, but it's just not quite enough stator volume for them. Like, you can just feel it, the PID loop becomes a little bit sloppy. And it's just, yeah, the motor just doesn't have quite enough volume to control the heavier tri-blade propellers. But once you get bigger than 702, like typically it was 802, they perform really well with the tri-blades. And if you're going to carry the extra weight of the bigger stator, then you might as well put a propeller on it that's going to take advantage of that and make more power. With the 702s, the other thing that happens is when you run the tri-blades, you don't make any more power. It probably gives you more grip. The whole grip thing is, I don't really know about it. I think it's real, but yeah, the tri-blades will give you more grip for sure, but you won't get more horsepower. And I don't know. Thus far, I don't think I like the way that the tri-blades fly in comparison to the bi-blades. I'm doing all this freestyle stuff and I'm trying to get this like off throttle throw, and the bi-blades are going to do that better, right? Because they're less grippy. Like the grip thing, that's for racers. This is why I don't understand why so many 5-inch freestyle pilots have been moving towards quad blades. Like that's more of a racing prop. I guess it's maybe like if you're flying really tight bandos or whatnot, it would make sense. But other than that, I don't necessarily understand it. But I'm not that great of a freestyle pilot, so what the hell do I know? So let's get these prototypes off of here, and we will replace them with... These 603s are technically prototypes, but Jesse was totally cool with me talking about them and showing them on the stream. You can currently buy 603 26,000 kV motors, and they're great. Like for most people, 26,000 kV is plenty. For me, I'm a crazy person, so it's not quite enough. At the moment, I have those 603 26,000s on this Mobula 7, and they fucking rip. Like, this rips with these big 1.6-inch bi-blades. So yeah, the 603s are a really good match for that. That being said, I prefer 802s on the Mobula 7. It just, the little bit of extra stator volume of the 802 is it just makes a little bit more sense on those bigger, heavier rigs with the bigger props. Let me get caught up on chat real quick here. H Prompt says happy birthday. Thank you, dude. Got that. Beery says happy birthday. Thank you. Mac FPV says, how do I get a drill bit? I don't think I have any of them left, Mac. There's one left in here, but it might be spoken for. Do this, though. CiottiFPV.com has a million ways that you can get in touch with me. Message me on whichever of those that you want. Instagram, Facebook are my favorites. Message me and say, yo, can I get that drill bit? In order to get the drill bit, you have to buy a sticker or a sticker pack. So it's going to be $10. This covers shipping, too. It's going to be $10 for a single sticker. Bunch of different options. You can do the new Apple rainbow-themed CiottiFPV. You can do some Gangly Gang action. I've got it in holographic or matte. There's a whole bunch of other stickers on the Etsy store that you can check out, or it's $15 for a sticker pack with the drill bit. The sticker pack is either going to be this sticker sheet with 5 stickers on it, or 3 individual stickers here. There's a holographic pack and there's a matte pack. The matte pack is a Micro King sticker, a CiottiFPV logo, and Gangly Gang in matte. Or the holographic pack is a holographic CiottiFPV sticker, holographic Gangly Gang, and a big old Micro King window cling. This sticks to windows. It doesn't have adhesive on it. So yeah, that's how you get a drill bit. I have a funny feeling that I've got a message waiting for me somewhere for this one, but I might not. But there is for sure only one left in here, so it might be yours, Mac. Shoot me a message and we'll figure it out. Cool. Denzo the Terrible says, CiottiFPV said it, not me. What did I say? YouTube just did the thing again. Butter Ritson says, imagine how little those windings must be on a 6mm wide motor. Yeah, these 603s are something else, man. They are little tiny fellas. I'm shocked at how small they are. That's what she said. So off come the 702 stupid KV motors. I really cannot believe how dialed in that my flying is on these prototype motors. I had a feeling it was going to be a little bit too much. But maybe, I don't know, it doesn't, I can't clearly hear a difference in like RPM. So maybe it can't, maybe it's not making more raw thrust all said and done, but that's not everything. Like with higher KV comes, it's basically less resistance. So it might be ramping the motor up quicker, and that could be why I'm flying better, why I feel like I'm flying better on them. So yeah, I don't know. It's super interesting. But on yesterday's stream, Eva FPV flew them too, and they said the same thing. Like, these feel like they're making more power than the 32,000. So yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell, but like I said, in the grand scheme of things, all that matters is, like, do you fly better with X motor or Y motor or Z motor? For you guys that have not done all of this testing for yourself, what I always recommend is that you go higher than you think you need to on the KV. So get like 30,000 or even the 32,000 KV motors, and then what you're going to do is you're going to motor limit them down in Betaflight. Motor limiting is something in Betaflight that has been around for a long time, that I've been like screaming from the rooftops that we all need to be using. And finally, like, I think it's really starting to catch on. It helps that Joshua's been talking about it, because I've been screaming and yelling at him about it for months and months and months. He also even made a video about it. And yeah, it's like a really big deal, because there is an amount of power that is going to connect with your brain. That might be 26,000, Christ, that might be 20,000 kV. You can, if you're made of money, you can spend a ton of money buying a million different motors to test it, or you can get a motor that's too high of a KV and then just use the motor limiting in the OSD. You don't even have to plug into Betaflight to do it. You can just land real quick and change your motor output limiting, and try a whole bunch of different KVs to see which one you like best. Fair warning, you will probably like, in air quotes, 100% motor limiting. A ton of power is always very fun. What you want to look at, in my opinion, though, is how often are you crashing? And, like, my favorite method of figuring out how much power you need is basically to approach it as, how little power can I stand? The less power you have, the more throttle resolution you have. And that's a really big deal. Throttle resolution is pretty much the most difficult thing to master in FPV. And throttle resolution is the way that you can tell someone that's been flying for 2 years from someone that's been flying for 3 years, as an example. So anything that you can do to give yourself more throttle resolution, which will improve your throttle control, is a really good thing. But with tiny whoops, in my opinion, the biggest problem is a lack of power to weight ratio. And we're finally kind of solving that problem, because, but previously tiny whoops were just like RC cars. You could fly forward, backward, left and right. And I mean, yes, you could change elevation, but you didn't have like the full three-dimensional flight characteristics that we do with all of our outside rigs. And so, yeah, tiny whoops are kind of the exception to the rule here. But these high KV motors are really difficult to fly. Like, it's taken me, when I first went to the 30,000 KV motors, it took me a while to get used to that amount of power, and it was a mess. So I always recommend that folks motor limit down to like 80% or 75%, and then you can start to bump that up as you get used to it and as you fly more and more and more and more and more. Kevin Sumner over on PayPal with a $142 donation. Thank you, dude. Holy cow. He says, happy birthday. Remind Maggie, oh God. Remind Maggie to give you your birthday spankings. Jesus. Oh, I don't have to remind her. I'm going to get shit for that one. Luckily, she's not watching. Thank you, dude. Holy cow, Kevin. Thank you so much. Jesus, you guys are the best. Incredibly generous super chats tonight. Guys, goddamn. Let me plug these motors in because I was about to hook it up to Betaflight and be very confused as to why nothing was working. And then we're going to plug into Betaflight, get these motors spinning in the right direction. And yeah, like I said, we're going to try the bi-blades first. They will probably... Maybe not, though. This will actually be really interesting. So this is going to be a comparison of 603 versus 603 30,000 versus 702 32,000. And the reason that that's super kind of fascinating, to me at least, is the 603s are going to have the power to spin these bi-blades up probably to a higher RPM than the 702s. And so they might actually make more power. The problem is going to be the 603s are significantly heavier than the 702s. There's something magical about the 702 motor size. They're like really lightweight. And you can really feel it. Like anybody who has flown one of these 26,000 plus kV 702 Mobula 6s will like typically have a look in their eyes of like, I done did the crack cocaine and now I can't go back. And it's really magical. And like, yeah, they're just a really good match with the bi-blades. So this is going to be a really interesting test here. Let's get Betaflight fired up and let's get this guy plugged in and we'll put power to it. Let's use this big poofy battery. All right, here we go. So, we're going to connect. We're going to go to motors, motor direction. I understand the risks and the wizard. And start spin. All right, 2 of the motors are not spinning. That's because they're not plugged in. Why did I only plug 2 motors in? That was a strange choice. I like saw something shiny and just stopped. Very weird. Very, very weird. PS5 is kind of amazing. Although, to be honest, I am shocked at how good Gran Turismo 7 is on the PS4. Like, it definitely looks better on the PS5. And my TV is a little bit older. I think my TV is only 1080. So, like, someday, if I ever get onto a 4K TV, I'll probably be able to tell the difference a lot better. But, yeah, I'm staggered at how good the PS4 does, which is a 10-year-old video game system with GT7. That's pretty wild. So if you're thinking of getting into it, absolutely nothing wrong with getting a used cheap PS4 with GT7. All right. Wow, 3 of the 4 motors were wrong. That's very weird. Oh man, now it's doing this thing again where I tell it to reverse a motor, but it doesn't actually reverse the motor. Although it's good to go this time. I think maybe I was just being a doofus. All right, motors are spinning the right direction. Let's just check them in here real quick. Just because, I don't know. I always do this. Out, out, and out. This is also a good chance to look at the RPM of each motor and make sure there's not one motor that's making drastically more thrust. And in this case, there is not. So we are good to go. We've got 603 30,000s coming up. And let me get 2 of the more fresh batteries. Here we go. All right, cool. So let's weigh them first. because, again, the 603s are significantly heavier than the 702s. This black rig, even with... I lost the antenna. Hold on. I gotta find the antenna. That's, I need it to weigh the rig down, yo. Farts. Man, I did not notice the video getting worse. That's kind of nutty. We had a big crash over here in the corner. This would be my guess as to where it fell off. Hey, there it is. All right, cool. Jesus. Okay. So, note to self. I've crashed these rigs so much that the UFLs are a little bit kind of opened up, and every once in a while this will happen. Not super frequently, but every so often. So the 702 rig, again, in terms of dry weight, is 19.6. And come on, get on there. Get on there. Get down. Get on there. Come on, get on there. I think it's on there. Oh, it's on there. Oh shit, I heard the sound. Veritas Weasel with a 1999 super chat. He says, happy birthday, may your PIDs be tuned and props be spinning. Nice, Veritas. Thank you, brother. Very kind of you. Thank you, everybody, man. You guys are incredibly generous. It is super appreciated. 19.6 grams for the 0702 32,000 kV rig. 20.5 grams, 20.6 grams for the 0603 30,000 kV rig. I just have to know what this 603 rig is like, so we're going to put this up in the air first. Here we go, friends. I need a transmitter. Let's go over to the VRX, and here it is. I'll try not to crash it so hard that the antenna rips off again. All right. 0603 30,000 kV on biblades. I should be able to tell pretty quickly with this one. I'm just very used to these biblades on 30,000-ish kV motors. Yeah. Take it easy, Amber. Oh! Flies good. That's why I don't do snap rolls, yo. I'm not good at them. Okay, let's try that again. Oh yeah, it's mixed power. Jesus. Wow. Yeah, okay. Ain't nothing wrong with these. Yikes. Oh, white box against the white background. I did not see that at all. Yeah, yo, these make some stank. Oh, so close. Yeah, man, okay. Jesse and I have been kind of talking about 603s and the potential benefits of them. This might be the right motor size. 702s are magic. Don't get me wrong, but oh boy. But in the quest for more power, 603s were thinking of their way to go versus 802s. Ow! So close to making that work. Whew, shit! Son! Oh! That was me flying like an idiot. Hey, look at that! There's an antenna on the ground. Hold on, let me go get it. Oh, Christ. I landed on top of the damn thing. Alright. Wow, okay, yeah, these make plenty of power. Interesting. I can't necessarily say. I have a feeling that these are basically making the exact same amount of power as the 0702 32,000s. But what would actually be the case is that these would need to make a little bit more power to offset the extra weight. And that would not surprise me at all. It would really stand to reason that these could turn these propellers a little bit harder up in the higher KVs to make more power, to make more thrust, I should say. What you want to remember about KV is like when you get towards like the upper limits of what the stator volume of the motor can do, the KV is like an easy way to get a little bit more power, even if the motor can't make that full RPM. So like, even if at 30,000 kV the motor can't turn at full throttle to get up to 32,000, you're still going to get more power from that out of that 32,000 kV motor, because the KV is basically, to get higher KV you wind it less, which is less resistance. So you've got less resistance in the system. So yeah, higher and higher and higher KV is a really nice way of getting extra power out of a motor without increasing its weight, right? Otherwise you have to increase the stator size, and that increases the weight of the motor. So like with tiny whoops where we're struggling to get power, a higher KV is really important. And the other thing that you want to remember is I forget what I was going to say. Woo, shit. Yeah. Oh, shit. Forgot that gate was there. 3.53. You will see a little bit less runtime on these 603s than the 702s. Got that a little wrong there. Because they are heavier. One of the magical things about just running more and more and more KV on these 703s, I lost the antenna again, damn it, is that the runtime really doesn't change much, if at all. Because you're only using that extra KV for like a split second at a time when you blip the throttle. So yeah, kind of interesting there. But damn, dude, these fly really good. I really liked the 26,000 kV 0603s, but they just didn't quite have the RPM. Like I could just, like right at the top of the throttle, it just wasn't quite there, and it was like, ooh, I like these in the mid throttle, but up at the top they just didn't have the extra little bit of stank that I wanted. But these do. 30,000, damn. So I'm gonna jump over to the 702 32,000 kV rig, and then I'm gonna change these to tri-blades. These motors should really wake up on tris. Let's get this battery on the charger here. This is one of my fresh batteries. All right, so now we're going over to a 1 gram lighter rig with higher KV but lower stator volume motors, 702 32,000s. See if I can pick out a difference. All right, here we go. And again, this is the rig that I'm most used to. Hung these up before the weekend, kind of cool. I'm kind of surprised that I couldn't feel the extra weight of those motors, although now I kind of can. Oh shit! This does feel a little bit lighter. Can I please get out of here? Ah, damn it! Really? Let me out of hell! Oh god, I almost hit myself in the head. Let's try the coffee table power loop. Mega Couch has been taken apart, as you guys can see. Let's try this. Oh, God. That was just the worst thing ever. Try that one more time. Oh, shit. I don't know. I still don't think I can do it lengthwise. Oh, you jerk. Easy. Easy. There it was. We got it. We got it very clean, too. That's one of the more clean ones I've done. So yeah, 702 32,000s. You guys have seen me fly countless batteries. Oh! With these. It's a hard power loop, man. Studio lights are tall. I don't know, man. This feels very similar. Oh no, don't. Stop it. Stop. Come on. Please. Yeah, this feels very similar. Very similar to that 603 30,000 rig. And that's a good thing. That means a couple things. It means that 603 30,000s are a totally valid motor option that hopefully Jesse will make. Here's what it also means, though. It also means that we might be able to push the KV even higher on 603s. Because they have the... Are you fucking kidding me right now? Because they have the extra stator volume, they can push where the... Like, let's say the 702s max out at 35,000 kV. A 603 will be able to push to like 35,000 kV, and that's pretty cool. Oh, you fucking... Come on. There we go. Oh! I've never done a little side roll over there. That's kind of fun. Ah! Just drops a little bit too much elevation there. 3.5, coming on home. Or crashing some more, you know. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it! Thank you. Just gotta talk to him, guys. Oh, God, face first. There's a low gap under here, man. Coming home. Coming in hot. Interesting. Man, those 603s feel really good. The 702s feel great too. But the 603s, I think, are about to come alive. I believe that if you're a tri-blade fan, this next test is really what is going to interest you and what you want to be doing if you go with these 603s. Let's take a look at chat, though. 661 says the 603s really don't look faster than the 702s because they are more heavy. Yeah, so there's a definite weight difference. And that's going to change a lot about it. That's going to change the flight characteristics. It's going to make it accelerate a little bit less quickly, and it's going to make it carry its momentum a little bit more. So it's super interesting. Like, it's really nice that we've got this many options and we can really dial it into our specific, you know, likes and tastes and whatnot. Let's keep going here. Let's get some tri-blades onto these 603s and see how that is. Do I have any here? I do not. I put them all the way away. Here we go. So basically, and this is just me taking a guess, but what I think we're gonna find is that 702s are the absolute king in terms of bi-blades. If you want to run bi-blades only, 702s are the way to do it. 32,000 kV, awesome, maybe higher than that, not sure. 603s, though, I'll betcha, are going to be like a more all-arounder, where you can do it on bi-blades. We just had it on bi-blades, it was flying great, but you can also put tri-blades on it if you're into that kind of thing and you want even more raw power. But by doing so, you're going to have a rig that's heavier. Keep in mind that the tri-blades are going to be heavier than the bi-blades. So this thing is going to get even heavier now that I'm putting these tris on it. And so that's pretty cool. And then 802s are if you want like all the grunt in the world. And the 802s are great. Like, don't get me wrong. They're not like yeah, a lot of racers actually even prefer them, even with them being heavier. So yeah, they're really, really good. And they really turn the tri-blades, which is pretty slick. So yeah, kind of interesting. I'm and this is also going to allow you to dial this rig in for your exact space. Like if you're flying in a warehouse, the 802s are probably going to be your best bet because they're just going to give you absolutely the most power available. If you're kind of flying it if you're flying it in a warehouse and your house, 603s might be you know what I mean? Like it's nice to be able to really dial this shit in. We're super, super, super lucky. I remember back when it was brushed, the tiny whoops were all brushed, and like it was so much fun to fly, and it was so cool to just be able to fly in your own house. But it was like, man, these things fly like ass, and these motors are like really fragile, and they burn out after 50 or 60 batteries or 100 batteries. And it was like, it was just such a sacrifice. Well, now, like, my God, it's still different, but the sacrifice is much less nowadays with these brushless motors. So here we go, 603 30,000s on the new Gemfan 1208 tri-blades. These are the tri-blades to have at the moment. All right, transmitter coming up, goggles coming on. Hopefully I put the props on right. We'll find out in a second. 661 says try a lighter antenna that maybe won't fall off and see if it's faster. Nah, I want to keep the all up weight exactly the same. Apache Smoke Wounded Sniper says happy birthday. Thank you, brother. Kevin Sumner says CiottiFPV and Gangly favorite 6S arm LED. I like the CL Racings and the Pyro Drones. The Pyro Drones are made by CL Racing. Here we go. So these tri-blades sound very different. Hear them? They sound way different than the bi-blades. It's kind of cool. Whew. So this is making more power. Ah! This is making more power, that's for sure. Stop that! No! Oh, you son of a bitch. Yeah, I don't know why I'm bothering to arm it back there. It's behind a shelving unit. There's absolutely no chance that it's gonna live on. Or fly out, I should say, not live on. It makes no sense. Yeah, so this is making more power, but this now feels heavier, which is weird. It shouldn't feel heavier just from these tri-blades, but the tri-blades just, with them being more grippy, they just don't slide around as much. Ah, Simrig got me. Woo! Yeah, this makes some power now. Jeez. Ah, I knew that was too much. upward thrust. God damn. Okay. Every time I do bi-blades versus tri-blades, I end up, for some reason, digging the way that the bi-blades fly. It might, at this point, just be that I'm more used to it. But... fuck! So, a lot of crashes. Not usually a good sign for me, you know, wanting to go with a specific setup. But that doesn't mean anything for the rest of you guys. Like, just because I'm crashing a lot with these tries doesn't mean that you will. Ah! I'm going to put another battery on this. I'm going to fly this again. This has just been... good throw there. Good hang time. Really solid catch. I'm specifically like leaving it off throttle to see how long it'll hang right now. It makes a little more power. It's not drastic though. Oh, that was kind of janky, but I'll take it. Oh yeah, I fucking love it. Oh god, this battery's going to hell. Significantly less runtime. 2 minutes and 20, 2:27. Yeah, so less runtime. That's tri-blades and that's bigger motors. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I definitely crashed more though. I mean that was very obvious. But much like tires on a car, propellers are the one thing that will most drastically change the way that a quad flies. So makes sense that I'm very not used to the tri-blades and I'm kind of crashing all over the place. Let's do another battery in this same exact rig. I think I like these 603s better on the bi-blades, which is kind of wild. But not totally unexpected. Because I just, for whatever reason, I just fly better with the bi-blades. It's, yeah, I don't know. This battery is a dick. And it always refuses to go in to the goddamn ducts. Let's try this one instead. Man, I need to do a Weebly order and get some more of these batteries. Good lord. They are starting to get worked. Let's go upstairs and we'll see if maybe Duke is not around. I would love to. So this is like a really high power setup right now. I would love to really open it up. Oh god. Wait a second. Let me make sure the antenna's still on it. Started to get a little fuzzy going up the stairs there. Fuck. Hold on. I gotta find the antenna. Damn it! I really hope it's not back behind the... there it is! Let's see, I really hope it's not back behind the shelving unit, because that's going to be a bastard to get to. CV says 802s are 1.9 gram, 100 millimeter 3, and 603 is 1.8, 85 millimeter 3. Oh, happy birthday. Thank you, brother. Alright, let's get this plugged back in. Man, I flew a bunch of that battery with no VTX antenna on. That is not great. Don't be like me, kids. It's a great way to cook the VTX on these AIOs. Alright, let me do this. Let me put a little bit of this Bondic shit with the little UV hardener on this guy so that it'll stop popping off. This is kind of insane to be rethreading this antenna through here twice a battery. Alright, hold on. Just squeeze this in here. Oh, don't tell me that this shit is empty or clogged, please. There we go. Now we're good. Alright, just a little bit on the side here. Should be plenty. And then we're going to use the UV light to cure it real quick. While that's going, we'll put this cap back on. All right, all is right with the world. Hopefully this stuff holds. Betterson says, runtime on the 702s seems a lot better than night scientific test, but still, yeah, the runtime on the 702s is magic, for sure. For sure. The reason, Kevin, the reason that I like the CL Racing ARM LEDs is that the pads are staggered. Other than that, the Tiny's LEDs ones are completely fine. All right, hopefully that's long enough. I don't have the patience. Away we go! And with an antenna on it this time. Novel idea. Oh, is it? Here we go. All right, let's see who's out here. No Duke on there. No Duke on there. Oh, wow. Okay. It looks like everybody's in bed. I'll try to keep it. Oh, that was smooth down the bottom of that big drop. Oh my God, yo. Yeah, okay. This is a hell of a powerful combo. Jesus. Did you see it like gaining elevation halfway through on the holy shit, yo. Damn. Okay. This is yeah, this is big power. Whew! Look at it catch itself. God. I mean, coming down on the top of the couch there, that's just me not putting the throttle on at the right time. Yeah, okay. So for a big room like this, these 603 30,000s on these tri-blades is quite the thing. And like I'm not like missing any throttle resolution. The 802s, like it kind of feels like I lose a little bit of throttle resolution, and they're so heavy. Like I really feel the weight. These I don't feel the weight nearly as much as I go battering into the air purifier. Is this the antenna on the ground here? No, it's not. We're good. All right, let's bring it home. Yeah, that's big power. That's really exciting in a bigger room like that. Now, what am I doing? Bring this battery home. You're going to light it on fire, yo. There we go. Cool. Oh, wow, that runtime, though. Minute 58. I mean, we were digging into the throttle. So it looks like the 603s are going to basically give you the same runtime as an 802. Maybe a little bit better. So I very quickly mentioned, so let's take a second here and kind of talk about how motors work, because this is important, and this is why the 603s are so exciting. Let me pull up a picture of a brushless motor. Motor stator. Okay. So, we've got a stator and we call this a motor bell. They're calling it a rotor. 603, what that's referring to is 6 millimeters wide, 3 millimeters tall. When you think about the way that these magnets interact with these stator poles, right? The stator is here, the magnets are here. It rotates like this, right? Rotate, 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 rotate. So think about the how that force is being applied. And what I want you to realize is that the vertical part of the windings is all that's doing the work, because the vertical part of the windings is what's attracting that magnet. And the vertical part of the windings, that's what the 03 0603 is referring to. Ergo, the vertical part of the windings is what's doing the majority of the work. The width The width of the motor is also doing some work because it's pushing those windings farther out, and there's a mechanical torque advantage there. It's also making the stator volume bigger. It's making the motor bell wider so that it's going to stay cooler. These motors do not like heat, so a motor like this that we're looking at here, this looks like a 1507. This is way too tall for our application. This is a motor that's going to run really hot, and any advantages that it gains from the extra stator height are going to go out the window because it's going to run too hot. It's going to saturate the magnets. This is why 1507s and 1408s just get stomped by 2004s when you look at like actual flight comparisons. So the and there's a chance that that's going on. There is a chance that the 603 is not cooling enough, and a 702 or an 802 is a better option, but I don't think so. It doesn't feel like that. Usually you can tell, like you'll hammer the throttle and then you go to hammer the throttle again and there's drastically less power the second time you do it. It doesn't feel like that. So here's the deal. Here's why I'm telling you all this. A 603 has the advantage of more vertical height and the extra millimeter, 50% more vertical height. That is going to do more work because the vertical part of the windings is what's actually doing the pulling on the magnets, right? That's going to do more work than an 802 where you've got more stator width. Well, potentially. It's going to potentially do more work. When you do the volume calculator, and the stator volume does make a big difference, 802s have more stator volume than 603s. But the stator volume does not tell the whole story, mainly because in the middle of the stator, you've got a big empty cavity with bearings or bushings in it, right? So, potentially, a 603, because of the advantage in height, doing more work than the 802's advantage in width, potentially a 603 will make the same or more power while being lighter weight. And the bell, the 603 bell, is going to be lighter than the 802 bell, and that's going to allow it to have better transient response, is what it's called. Basically what that means is response time. How quickly can we speed up and slow down the rotating assembly? So that's part propeller. So the weight of the propeller has more to do that than with the bell, but it is part the weight of the bell. It's 11:38. I think I have time to. Well, I don't have the batteries. Let's do it. I'm gonna put 802 30,000 kV motors onto this rig here. And let's see if I can tell a difference in power between these two, because that's going to be the ultimate test. I'm kind of shocked that I can't tell the difference between the 702 32,000s on biblades and the 603 30,000s. Actually, you know what? I'm not shocked. Because of the KV advantage. If I was testing 702 30,000s versus these 603 30,000s, I can almost guarantee you I could tell a difference. Because I can definitely tell a difference between the 702 30s and 32s. Yeah. So yeah, that actually tracks. The question is, do I have another set of these Gemfan tri-blades? So we're now onto the Gemfan tri-blades. We're now like testing essentially stator volume with this next one, and yeah, I'm actually dying to know. This is pretty slick. I really hope, I would love it if I can't tell the difference, or if the 603s feel like they have more power, because that would be like a big deal, right? Because then we've unlocked like a little secret, which is that we can have a lighter weight motor that makes the same amount of power. And that's a really big deal. This is similar to the difference in 2306s versus 2207s. 2207, though, does have more stator volume, but in my and Ryan Harrell's opinion, and Ryan Harrell knows more about our motors than pretty much anybody, the big difference is that extra millimeter of height, the 07 versus the 06. Is what's really making the difference between those two motors. And 2306s versus 2207s make a drastic different amount of power. Like there's a big difference between the two of them. I think that's the same thing that we're seeing here. I could totally be wrong, but I bet you I'm not. Because this just kind of makes sense. Like, if you can go to a taller stator and have the motor not overheat for the way that you fly and where you fly and all that, do it. Because the stator height is going to do more work, is I think the right way to phrase that, than the stator width. Stator width is great, but Chris Rosser actually did a bunch of testing that really showed the difference between 2207 and 2306 and really kind of debunked this whole, well, 2306s feel like they make more torque. They don't. Electric motors are not like gasoline engines. Gasoline engines that are bigger in cubic inch or cubic centimeter, they make more torque. But electric motors are not like that at all. They work in a completely different way. Which I don't have to tell you because it's kind of fucking obvious. But yeah. It's easy to kind of draw that conclusion. I myself, for a long time, said that. It said that, yeah, 2306s make more torque. It feels like it. What's actually happening, I think, is that the 2306 just runs out of steam towards the top of the throttle. So it feels like it has more power at the bottom because it has less up top. But in actuality, it just has less. It has less all over, and it specifically has less up top. 2207s perform better all the way across the rev range. But for me, personally, 2207s make too much power. So it makes sense for me to run a 2306 because it's lighter. And it cools itself down better because it's got an extra millimeter of stator width. So yeah, man, motors are there's a lot that goes into it. It's and it's very specific to each person. Like a motor that works really well for me on my lightweight rigs, the way that I fly, you guys might hate. It's a pretty specific thing. It's all about how much power you want, how much weight you're willing to put up with on the end of the arms, and does it stay cool? Does it stay cool is a big deal. 5-inch rigs, they've been so developed that we barely have to think or worry about that anymore. But going outside of a 5-inch rig, that becomes a big deal. Let's get these motors spinning the right direction, and then I'll see if I can figure this out real quick here. We got another 16 minutes. Fart. Here we go. Betaflight, connecting, motors, motor direction, wizard, start and spin. All right, we've got, that one's correct. That one's correct. Hey, no way. Oh, just motor 3 is wrong. Out. 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 And now it's out. Awesome. Close. Disconnect. Pull power, and I'll see if I can find another set of these 1208s. I almost certainly have one more set of these, but let's take a look here. Come on now. They're clear, so they're hard to find in the bag. There we got one. Here's two. Again, these are the brand new Gemfan 1208s. These are the tri-blades that you want if you're into that kind of thing. Left high, right high. I need one more right side high. And I see it. I see it. And I've got it. Awesome. Here we go. Putting these guys onto the Tiny Whoop Hex 802 30,000 kV motors. So we've now got two motors that are the exact same kV. One of them's an 802, the other one's a 603. Hopefully I've got two fresh batteries. I sure do. Fan-fucking-tastic. All right, here we go. Hey, who's doing iGal? What's up, Athix? Thanks for coming through. Who's doing iGal? You guys should all do iGal. It's super fun. What a great way to improve as a pilot, too. Here we go. This is... Let's do the 802s first. Cause no. Let's stick with this one because the more batteries you can fly in a row on the same exact rig before you change to the other thing that you're testing, the better. So we're going to put the 603 rig right back up in the air to keep getting used to it, and then hopefully I'll be able to tell the difference between it and the 802 rig. 603 30,000s on Gemfan 1208 tri-blades. Athix says, will you get snowblower? No, I don't really need them. I have the iGal ones, which are 27,000, and they're completely fine. It's great that the snowblowers exist, but yeah, I mean, I already have these. There's no real reason for me to change. I can just motor limit them down if I want a little bit less. Let's go straight upstairs with a fresh... Oh, this battery's not fresh. Why is it... Whatever. Oh, fuck. Wow, this is mega power. Look at that recovery! Wow, man, wow. Bring it back down. Bring it back downstairs. Oh god, I don't know. Oh shit, something broke. What the hell was that? Oh man, come on now. Come on now. Come on now, please. Did it break? Hopefully it didn't break. It just fell. Alright, just fell. It didn't break. Cool. Oh boy. Oh god damn you. Oh! 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 Oh god! Hit studio lights again. Ah! Why am I like this? Oh boy. I have such a hard time with tri-blades, man. I don't know what it is. We just not friends, me and them tri-blades. Ah. Oh man, that was laid out. I don't usually go back behind the TV, but you know, why not? 6.43, let's get it back. Okay, let's see. Switch right over to the 802s. See how they feel. Oh man, I crashed it in the rear. Now this BT 2.0 is welded to the battery. Hey, got it off. Okay, directly over to a fresh battery. This is not super fair because this that battery was not fully charged, but I think after this discharges down a little bit, I should be able to tell. All right, 802 30,000, same props. Whoa. All right, well, I gotta... Oh, no, the battery's down already. The battery's down to 4. Okay, here we go. Let's see.
6.
Feels about the same.
4.
Feels very similar.
One. Timer 1 up.
Feels very, very, very similar. So these are also the lightweight 802s. Hell yeah. So this is like stacking the deck in favor of the 802s. These motors have durability problems that they like to spit magnets out. But these motors are available and they're not that bad. So I don't know, like these are the best 802s that are available. So I don't feel bad, like, kind of stacking the deck against the 603s by running these. But technically speaking, we should be doing this test with the heavier 802s, with the full can. Oh, Christ. How the hell did it get in there? Whoa! Yikes. I don't know, man. This is tough. This is a tough one. Oh, goddamn newbie drone gates every time. Get you some, friends. Get you some Matty flips, god damn it. I don't do them enough. Oh boy. This is tough. This is really, really tough to tell the difference between these two. I'm gonna go right back to the 603s. Damn! Very, 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 very similar. Okay, give me a fresh battery. Come on. One that's not old and moldy, please. Is this a freshie? Nope, that's not a freshie. Maybe this one's fresh. Okay. What's this battery sitting over here? Is it warm? No. Here. Here's a good one. Here's a good one. Here we go. Okay, back to the 603 30,000s. Come on, be able to tell a difference. Battery's fully charged. Great. Ah! I figured, maybe the gate will move out of the way. Battery's down to 3.9 already. I wanted to get upstairs a little bit earlier than that. Oh, shit! Let me come back downstairs. Everybody's sleeping. I don't want to keep people awake. Oh! Oh, shit! That was a little desync there. Well, what? What am I looking at here? Oh! I took that corner a little too tight. Oh. What did I hit? That was weird. Ah! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! You! What you know about that? What you know about it? Get in through it. Oh! Fuck off. Don't land in there. Oh, fuck. No, no, no. Please. Yes! Just full throttle to get it out. No! Alright, here we go. Woo! Shit! I like these 603s, man. Not a thing wrong with the 802s, but if I wanted this much power, I would take these 603s over the 802s, if nothing else, because of the extra durability. Yeah, man, these 603s are something special. I'm just gonna say it. I like this. Oh, I was trying to just back it around the room again. It's kind of fun. Come on. Oh, this is the AIO that's good. Those are the core temperature warnings. Get through there. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, little friend. Alright, let's bring this battery back. I gotta be honest, I cannot, there's not a night and day difference between the 603s and the 802s. And that's a good thing, because that means you should get the that means that hopefully Jesse will make the 603 30,000s, and we can get them. I would love to see some thrust stand stuff on them, but it kind of doesn't matter to a point, because these make plenty of power. Yeah, I would get these 603s over the EX802s all day. And then I would also get them over the full can 802s, because the full can 802s are not going to fly as good as these fellas, because of the extra weight. So, damn. 603s, man. Okay. I'm still very curious to compare them more to the 702s. That's, but that's kind of a self-serving comparison. That's me wanting to figure out the perfect motor for me. For you guys, here would be my suggestion. Try the 702 30,000s or 32,000s, and when Jesse comes out with the 6, and okay, so try those. If you're not getting enough power with those, hopefully by that point Jesse will be making these 603 30,000s. I am really impressed by these. This is firmly my second favorite motor. The EX 802 30,000s are great, don't get me wrong, but there's always this thing nagging in the back of my head of like, don't slam it hard, don't flat bottom it really hard on like the marble upstairs, because it's going to throw magnets out of the bells. 603s, you're not going to have to worry about that. They're the full can. It's a bit much for this house. I mean, it's super fun, don't get me wrong, it's way fun up in the living room, but do they get hot at all? No, the tiny whoop motors cool down so fast that, like, yeah, I've never experienced any actual sag from the tiny whoop motors getting hot. Yeah, I think that was a full thought. I'm sleepy. And it's 11:58. Thank you guys so much for the incredible birthday generosity. My God. Amazing. Patchy Smoke Orange Sniper is going to give iGal a try. Very cool. I love that. All of you guys should. Everybody should. It's a great competition. It's awesome. Jesse Garcia says, I'm late, but I wanted to drop in and say happy birthday, you gangly bastard. Thank you, brother. Athix says, back in my day, 22,000 kV was a lot. I know. Me too, man. CV says, do they get hot at all? Erie509 says, happy birthday. Thank you, brother. Let me check chat real quick here. Athix calling me an old man. Freelojo says, how is 26 grams dry for a 75 millimeter? I think that's about right. I just happen to have both of my 75s sitting here. So this is my ultimate jungle gym bashing rig, and it's 24, but this is very light. This is a very light rig. So yeah, 26 is about right, Freelojo. It's hard to get below 26. Not impossible. This is a this is just a Happy Model Mobula 7 ELRS with a motor swap, and the Gemfan biblades. So nothing crazy here. Whew. Everybody hates that noise. It's 12 o'clock. I'm no longer Chris Mel, yeah, PS5 setup. I've been playing Wreckfest a little bit and transferring all my data from my PS4. It is no longer my birthday. It is now Brian from Brain 3D's birthday. So go buy yourself some TPU and drop in the note that Ciotti says happy birthday. Thanks for hanging, friends. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Whoop Wednesday. We'll probably keep testing these. I don't know what we'll do. I'll think about it tomorrow. Yeah. Here comes a little bit of flying with some epidemic sounds. Thanks again. Amazing, amazing generosity tonight. I appreciate it so much, guys. I really do. I really do. You guys allow me to do this, and it's incredible. Let me give you a little bit more flying from the hotel, if I can find it. 2023. NCL Miami. And... No, I'll give you a little, some more of this some of the drift footage from last Thursday. That'll be fun. Insta360 Studio. And come on. You can do it. There it is. All right, people. Thank you for hanging out. I'll see you Wednesday. Here's a little bit of jamming with the little RC drift cars. This is with the tiny lifter. And metal synth pop. This ought to be interesting. 16:9. All right, here you guys go. Be good, friends. I love you. Later.